Is Phil Anselmo of Pantera a Nazi, a white power skinhead, a racist? Yes! I've been on that, I've been saying that. You already know who it is. Del Boy Diablo, Derek Diablo, the American OG anti-racist, the boss, the one who organized the anti-racist scene in America, although it's been hijacked by a bunch of racists. That's another story. When it comes to Phil Anselmo and Pantera, brother, I was there for when it happened. And all these metalheads, because of Pantera, Vogel the Square had power. I remember I saw a show in Button South, yeah, in the early 90s, and it was Pantera and White Zombie, and they all had hair. They all had half shaved heads and half hair, you know, kind of like skirting about being skinheads almost, and we're at a show. And then sooner or later, the Phil Anselmo, he shaves his head, and then he's a Nazi, he's a white power, he was racist to begin with. It has undertones, even if he makes a song supposedly against it, cop and deuces. But I already knew it, we already knew it. We knew where his head was at the whole time. He never tried to get with me and my friends with the anti-racist skinheads. And then all these metalheads all shaved their heads. And they were, a lot of them were sons of Ku Klux Klan and listen to Slayer, Angel of Death and everything like that. And then the thing is, there was an influx. This is going into the late 80s, early 90s, of metalhead skinheads. And Cro-Mags is a crossover band, Agnostic Front, attracting a lot of those kind of people. Cro-Mags and Agnostic Front, New York City, there was that overlap. And then there's a bunch of Nazi skinheads that came out because of that music. And Slayer is part of it, and Carnivore, and SOD, and MOD, and it's a New York thing, you know, the halfway Nazi element. Anyway you want to cut it, SOD, Billy Milano, Speak English or Die. MOD, Method of Destruction, look at their songs, it says N-word all over it. So the thing is that stuff was about, yeah. But the Pantera was a mainstream band, let's say. And when he shaved his head, he became a Nazi skinhead. Yeah, Phil Anselmo's a Nazi skinhead. When he became one, he skirted around it, and then it influenced about what happened in every other state. Is that the real skinheads, the traditional skinheads, the ska skinheads, the sharps and everything came against them, and they didn't let those metalhead skinheads. They said, no, you're inauthentic. You don't know the skinhead reggae. You don't know anything. It's different than Nazi skinheads who listen to Screwdriver and No Remorse and Brutal Attack, and they're Nazi skinheads. They're skinheads, but they're Nazi skinheads from England. They come from that tradition. These other ones were just bald-headed metalheads that were long hairs one day and shaved their head the next day, or they shaved head here and other haircuts here. And they all shave it because of Phil Anselmo, and he was a Nazi, and so here's the proof of it, champ. Is that I'm working in Fort Lauderdale. They bring me out because I'm the top boss of security when it comes down to it. If it's going to be a violent show, and there's going to be hundreds of skinheads with weapons and guns and everything else, they're going to bring me there to put me on stage to make sure that I keep the peace, champ. And I had to do that for Super Joint Ritual for Phil Anselmo. And now it comes out because he's Sieg Heiland in a video. And he's been saying racist stuff and Sieg Heiland doing stuff since day one. He just got caught on video now. And now the whole metal community is saying, and the other one, the Dimebag Daryl that was killed, he called the guy an N-word and says, oh, can the N-word even play a guitar? So yeah, obviously his band is with that stuff too, Pantera. And what I did is different though. Instead of ostracizing those metalhead skinheads, since colorblind controls, and since everybody knows anti-racist controls in South Florida, more than any other state and any other city ever, then everybody knew these Pantera skinheads, Black Rick, Brian Suffer, other lads, my best friends, they all became skinheads. And I saw them, another old skinhead said, nah, these guys are not real skinheads, they're just metalheads with shaved heads. I said, yeah, but so what? They're not Nazis, they're fighting for colorblind at Ozfest. And now there's 100 extra lads and 200, 300 extra lads, and they're all ready to kill their metalheads. And don't worry about it. And so I regretted not teaching them the skinhead reggae. Well, who cares about the skinhead reggae? So then I turned the Pantera and the Phil Anselmo to a positive. And what he would have did is increase Nazis, because I was working, as I said, Super Joint Ritual, brother. On the first show, he turns up, doesn't he, with a flaming swastika shirt. And already my friends are saying, this guy's a Nazi. And they use me because I'm an honorable guy. I don't care if you're a Nazi. If I get hired, or any enemy gang, if I get hired and I get a promise to the bar owner that I'm going to protect the guy, and that's why they hire me, and they treat me like a king, and they give me all the money I want, and give me all the champagne, and give me all the thing, I get 10 of my friends, I can do all that because they can guarantee that I'm going to hold my word. And I said I'll protect the Phil Anselmo. So the first time he turns up with a swastika flaming, and then fuck me, my friends say, what is this? And he says, oh, it's the Mississippi burning. It's against racism. He sang the first time Super Joint Ritual with a flaming swastika shirt. And I had to protect him on that one. And that was a bit hairy. And my friends are saying, we know what kind of guy this is. Well, let it go. Next time he comes, same show, Super Joint Ritual. There's a lot of footage. If you guys are out there, put the pictures and put everything. Everybody knows I'm the top man. That's why they put me on the stage sitting in front to protect the guy. This time he comes out with a Charles Manson back patch with a swastika on the forehead. Oh, really? The first time he come to Fort Lauderdale, and the first time he started letting the girls come on stage, and one of our sisters, who's a skinhead sister, she's black, and he says, oh, the girls, and oh, Sister Sledge. I heard him say that. So people said Dog Wilson's not. And anyway, the next time he comes up, yeah, now he's got a swastika on the Charles Manson. And the thing about it is, now he's out there saying, my friends are saying, this cunt comes 2 times with swastikas on his shirts, on his back, it was a coincidence. And then sometime he starts seeing all the skinheads that's in there, and he says, oh yeah, I see all the skinheads, one time for the skinheads, everybody, oi, 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 oi. He says, yeah, agnostic front, oi, oi, oi. And then he says, yeah, 1488, you know what time it is. And that means Adolf Hitler and, you know what I mean, so that's the white supremacy. When he said that, some of my mates was ready to do him, and they went outside and they pulled a blade out in the parking lot, and other people saw what was going to happen, and they reported it, and he was on stage still. Everybody knows who's in Fort Lauderdale. He says, oh, because these guys say that they're going to stab me because I'm a Nazi, and bring it on, and da-da-da. And as a result, he would have been done. I was the head of security. It was all me and my friends, all the bouncers. He would have been done. I had to protect him. I had to protect Phil Anselmo. If it wasn't for me, he'd be dead right now, because my mates would have stabbed him, and it would have nothing to do with him. He'd be dead right now for saying Nazi stuff on stage. So is he Phil Anselmo a Nazi, the singer of Pantera, 100% unequivocally as the anti-racist OG, as the authority in the subject? Yes.